Hopefully you're ready for another disaster. But then again, obviously you are, because here you are watching my video. Before even starting today, I'm upgrading some of my banana farms so they make even more money. And the goal as always is to push as far into the game as we possibly can. And that's of course using my ever improving strategy. And it all starts with this idiot. So really nothing special to start. He just gets faster shooting and sharper shots, and then I'm gonna simply add one sniper for the time being. Because it's all about getting those banana farms. And then on round 7 we get our very first one. And that's certainly gonna pay dividends over the next 100 or 2 rounds. Round 9, it gets increased production. Then my sniper monkey's gonna get faster firing just to help him keep up a little bit. And around 11 we get greater production again. Then while I'm at it, I'm just gonna throw down a tack shooter for now because it's cheap and it can thin out a lot of these basic balloons all by themselves. And then I can just sit back again and collect some money. Also gonna buy my money monkey and put him right here because he's just gonna make me lots of money over the course of time himself. And I can't remember when the metal balloons start, but we're gonna get one of these just in case that's soon. And he's gonna target whatever's close, that way he'll hit the massive balloons right there. Round 19, we're gonna buy another banana farm. I kinda wish I got one even sooner than that, but I was distracted with all my other very important business. But as it sits, I'm having no trouble taking care of the balloons that show up. And once we start to make a little bit of profit, I'll be upgrading these towers even further. We did have a few slip through on that one, so we're gonna put one of these down here, that way it's gonna cover the exit with spikes. Whatever stragglers do come through, well, they're gonna be stopped by the spikes. So in order to thin out the balloons a little more, he's going to get night vision goggles and shrapnel shot. And we'll just give the cheap upgrades to the tack shooter because again, very cheap for how effective it is this early on. And just like that, things are much better. At least so far, because it is one of those games where everything's fine until it isn't. But that's why I just try and compensate for my lack of everything with money. And we'll get one of these cheap little glue guys right up front. He'll go probably right about there. And they also get very cheap upgrades. And I am going to upgrade my banana farms as I can, because we're going to get up to the monkey bank. But I need to make sure I'm able to survive these early rounds, so we can afford the ones later on. And I'm going to upgrade my cannon right away, because he can be a lot of help himself. He's going to get frag bombs, missile launcher, and then cluster bombs. As soon as I can, recursive cluster, because I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of a whole bunch of balloons all by themselves. And then maybe just another banana farm. Another thing I want to do early on is make a sniper monkey that does target the first, and just make him fire very quickly because he can also help with those stragglers that got me last time. So for now, the rounds really are just going to look like this. I'll add towers and upgrade them when I can, but so far, nothing's really going to be too much of a problem. The only problem I have is not having enough money yet. But I've got enough for my first bank, so I'm going to buy one of those. And upgrade my spike factory should anything sneak through. For a little diversity, I'm going to add another mortar. He's going to fire right to the beginning. He's going to get Bernie's Depth and Signal Flare to help with those camos that always cause me such wonderful problems. Also going to throw in a little Frost Monkey right here because they really can be one of my most valuable assets. Especially once I get it up to tier 5. Level 39, and this is what it looks like. This is on easy of course, so there's nothing too challenging about it. I just want to put a Moab Mauler down just to be sure, because at level 40 we're going to get the first one of those, and it would really suck if that slipped through of all things. So we're just going to free play on through for a while, hopefully making lots of money. I think the first thing I'm going to do is work on turning all of these into banks and then get a 5th one as well, because I think we'll be able to keep up for now.
Money, oh money, how I love thee.
We're also going to upgrade my glue gunner to hit more things. There's bank number 4. Once they hit $7,000 per bank, I will start to cash them out. Next, I'm going to add a super monkey in because they can really just save me in many ways because they're so powerful all by themselves. Which probably made a considerable difference in a round like this because it was very front loaded and those might have marched through my defenses. Next, we're going to put the monkey village. We're going to put it right there where it's going to have a maximum effect. And for now, all it's going to get is bigger radius than jungle drums. We don't have enough for the camo detection yet because I haven't upgraded it yet, but we'll get there. Looks like we're handling things pretty well down there, so let's make another banana farm. Now that we have those 5, for now we can start upgrading some of our towers. Like the sniper getting a semi-auto upgrade. In fact, I think I probably want them both to have that upgrade. Because they seem to do a lot of good work for me. 2 of my banks are ready to go, so that's going to give me 14 grand. So for now I'm just going to put that into both of my snipers. Also my glue monkey with the Bloons dissolver and then my ice monkey for ice shards for now and soon to be tier 5. Because look how quick those snipers are now, that's much more helpful. Collected another one of my banks, so I got another 7,500 to burn. So I got another sniper monkey up to here. He's also going to target first because eventually he's going to be tier 5, hopefully eating up anything that makes it through my defenses. Because that's just going to happen eventually, let's be honest. But so far things are looking pretty decent. Nothing is really threatening it yet. And after emptying out the bank, we get our first tier 5 monkey, the Elite Defender. And he's definitely going to be a big one for me, especially because the further along the balloons get, the faster he's going to fire. And speaking of faster firing, I'm going to put a monkey village somewhere here to help them all fire a little bit faster again. Because then he's pretty much just firing like a laser himself. He's already killed 3,500 balloons, and look at that number going up. Then for now, I'm just going to upgrade the spike factory one more time and let things go for a minute. This is a pretty optimistic sign so far. We're only around 59, but we're not even seeing the balloons emerge onto the map yet. But I did have 3 banks ready to go, so there's $23,000. So I feel like I want to make use of the mortars a little more also. So I just added a few of those in a nice variety. And I'm also going to throw in an alchemist somewhere just to start getting them a little bit of experience. I meant to do that sooner, but I forgot because I'm stupid. And then a sniper monkey targeting the strong, that's going to go all the way up to main Moab and faster firing. And then another one of those, but instead he's going to be able to hit ammo balloons. And then we should hopefully be that much further ahead. Everything that appears on the map should die pretty quickly at this point. So then we'll just kind of hang out and wait for a bit. That sniper monkey is really doing some damage though. Even my super monkey so far has only popped 1,000 balloons, and he's right here, so that's a pretty good sign. I feel like I probably need another one of these. You know what, let's make it 2 of them. Starting to see some more moabs, and definitely the fortified ones, so I've got to be paying attention to those. If they do bust through, those are going to be a problem. It was payday at the bank, so that means I'm up to 32,000. So I'm going to get my tier 5 ice monkey because he's going to be a good one. And I was going to leave the super monkey as a dart monkey, but I think I'm going to upgrade him just because I think I'm going to need that. And after it being payday at one of my banks, I'm going to turn him into the sun avatar because combined with the extra speed of that, that's going to be a winning combination. Now there's also something I want to try that someone recommended to me. Because these ninja monkeys, if you upgrade them along this one, they get shinobi tactics, which means increase the attack speed and pierce of nearby ninjas, stacks 20 times. You could get these stacking 20 times combined with the jungle drums, and they'll be firing incredibly fast. Combine that with the ninja discipline and sharp shurikens, and I think we might have something good going on. So I'm maybe going to see if I can stack 20 of those somewhere. I'm not really sure how big their range is, but I'm going to find out. And hopefully they're decent later rounds, because we're already around 73. And we're making quite a bit of money at this point, so it shouldn't be that hard to get enough money to get 20 of the ninja monkeys. Well, there's 4 of them so far, so you have the 4 times multiplier for extra speed. And I just added another one over here, but he's only a times 5 multiplier, so that's out of range of the furthest one. So it's got to be a square that's basically 5 by 5 at best. So I'm going to do something that's probably really stupid right now, but I'm going to sell these just to move them. Pretty sure I'm going to hear about that one in the comments below. But I have an idea in my brain, so I'm going to execute it no matter what the cost. And I mean, at the very least, we're going to have 21 towers all playing off each other. That's got to be really powerful by itself. Or maybe someone's just trolling me. I don't know yet. So far, I still can't really even see the Bloons. I know the moabs are coming through, but they're really disappearing before I can see them. So things are looking good. So the other problem kind of starts to be that if I stack any more back here, they can't really effectively reach anything. Even his last row is pretty sketchy. Well, you know what? Before getting too carried away, we still have a 15 times multiplier. Let's kind of see how they perform before I bother to do anything too radical. It's hard to say right now though, because we really can't see the Bloons as they come yet anyway. They disappear too quick. These are probably good for a lot of these inside corners for anything that does manage to get by. Well, there's another 4 of them. I don't know how effective those are, but they will attack Bloons and make it that far if need be and help to thin them out. And I just want to make sure we're able to take care of the moabs when they do show up. So I'm going to put another one of these guys down with bigger bombs. Anyways, this is round 81. The mobs are starting to make it in just a little bit, so they're making progress on me. I'm maybe just going to throw a basic super monkey down right here because he's in range of that, so that helps. And then give him knockback. That way hopefully he can take care of things that he wouldn't otherwise be able to take care of. But then again, maybe by the time things make it to here, I'm doomed anyway because he won't be able to stop all of this over here going on. But I'm also starting to suspect that the less I think about things, the better I'm going to do. I also want a few more of these right up front, targeting strong, that way they can really hopefully hurt those moabs real big. I feel like it's an improvement overall, but probably still not the most efficient strategy. And this one might be a little random, but I'm going to throw a glue gunner here because anything that makes it by will hopefully get glued right there. This is round 84. I know in round 85 we get one of the bigger moabs that can cause a lot of pain. I think I'm pretty well set up for it so far. I think this could carry me for at least a few more levels, but we are obviously going to continue to upgrade. I think we blew it up before it was even on the screen, so that's a good sign. Added a few more fiery things to the inside corners and gave this guy Arctic Wind to hopefully further slow balloons that make it over here. And while I'm at it, I'm maybe going to throw a glue gunner down because they're pretty cheap and he can sit way out here and just glue that stuff. Other than that, I have no strategy. I'm just going to keep adding towers and upgrading them. Hopefully it's going to carry us way into the game. So far so good though, round 87, still not really seeing the Bloons show up at all, but I am going to have to fill out the rest of the path, because once I do start to get past all this, the defense here is like 1% of what it is at the beginning. You know what, when in doubt, just add super monkeys. I'm going to put one of him down, I'm going to put him all the way up to this one, so depending on what makes it through, we should be able to take care of it, hopefully. We're pretty close to the radar scanner that we need. We need another 250 experience. I would feel so much better if we could get that. Then I'm going to continue on. I'm just waiting for the one round where it just overwhelms me. I mean, so far so good, but this is always the way it goes. We're doing so good that we think we're never going to die. One level later, we're completely demolished. I've also added 2 more mortar monkeys with signal flare. Hopefully that's going to help strip some camo off Bloons. We're starting to see some of those black moabs that move very fast and are armored, so that's starting to make me worried because one of them got to about here. That's way too far. I just realized too that these guys are stripping camo from Bloons they hit, so between all, 18 of them, they should be hitting a lot of Bloons. So let's see how round 95 goes. I expected it to be harder. There's nothing really even showing up, so lucky me. Oh wait, here come some of the big ones. So far we are managing to stop them relatively quickly, especially in the middle of the firing zone. That was kind of the point, but they're still making it further than I'd like them to. I mean, so far so good. Considering this is round 96, I'm okay with where we're at. But since the mobs are making it right into here, I maybe just get out a few mortars to rain down at them constantly. Hopefully that'll be enough to bust them up a little bit. Kind of starting to run out of room up top. I need some of that valuable real estate for more useful towers in that area. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the most towers I've ever had, so let's see how the game handles that. And also the Bloons. There's a lot of mortar damage going down right at the front. If anything does slip through there though, I'm probably dead. Here's what round 99 looks like. Those other ones are still making it way too far for me. And let's see how round 100 treats us. It's always a special one because it's the first one of those big idiots we see. Oh, it's lasting way longer than I thought it would. That's not a good sign. I'm gonna have to add more damage somewhere there. Also didn't realize I had a few upgrades for the super monkey I could buy, like ultra vision, so they can see camo, and also there's the dark knight. So I'm maybe gonna add a few of those wherever I possibly can, because those are gonna add a whole other dynamic to everything I'm doing. Here's round 101, and I think we're gonna be okay on round 101. Oh, that's not good. Oh, the spikes actually stopped it. So enough chances it was one of the spike factories. I'm gonna add a few varieties of those going down. Because here comes another one of those. Those spike factories do actually stop them. Pretty sure that was that. So I'm maybe going to put a lot of spike factories intermittently from halfway along. That way by the time anything makes it there, it's got to run through the spikes and gets really chewed up. The game's still running perfectly fine, by the way. 103, and there's lots of Bloons. But another one of those broke through, but it gets chewed up there. It's just going to be a matter of waiting for things to start to push through, which they are. Round 105, and those things are going through the first spikes, but getting caught up on the next spikes. And between the freezing and the glue, those are actually going to make a pretty big difference, I hope. Although, those ones powered right on through those spikes. Maybe the bigger stacks of spikes are what I need. I thought the other ones would be better. And I just unlocked the Moab Shredder upgrade for these, so I'm going to lay a few of those down to complement everything else I've done. I'm actually kind of running out of room, so I want to see how this round plays out before committing to any more towers. I need to kind of see what the weak spots are and what kind of things we're going to need. Because those are making it way further than I'd like them to. They are getting stopped, but it makes me nervous when they start making it inland. And I need to be paying more attention for things like Moab glue. I need to unlock that to slow those things down. We're definitely starting to get a ton of everything no matter what round it is, and those things are still making me nervous with how far they're making it. And my tier 5 sniper monkey has popped over 200,000 balloons himself. My front of the line super monkey has popped 310,000, and my frontline ninja monkeys are at about 100,000 for the best of them. I think the game is slowing down just a touch at this point because there is a lot going on, and it has to think about a lot of things, mostly because of that big purple thing. But then again, we do have a lot of spikes, and I'm very confident in our spikes. It's really all about the spikes. Okay. I think we're okay. I think the spikes alone are enough to stop everything. I definitely felt the game slow down quite a bit there. I'm gonna add a few more of these guys because they're really doing some damage. I still get that impending sense of doom because as always, everything's going great until it's not. One of these waves is just gonna march right on through and there's not gonna be a damn thing I can do about it. That's getting a little bit of slowdown out of the game. Finally, it only took 112 rounds. There's something about 113 here that feels a little bit ominous. It's throwing a lot of moabs forward, but even then we're just left with this big idiot. We know how this goes. They just melt. Round 115 feels a little bit like more of the same. Those things are pushing in a little bit further than I'd like them to be, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to make it all the way through. At this point, I think the hardest thing is just waiting for the rounds to end. The rounds actually take a while, and generally they're not super exciting. It looks like more of the same. This is really all I see, so I have no idea how many things are getting popped along the way. Also, I'm running out of real estate. I've got a little bit on the lower right I can use, but other than that, I'm kind of stuck to the towers I have now. So hopefully this half-ass setup works to carry me a little bit further into the game, around 121. I finally got the upgrade for my monkey village. Now the things around them can hit camo balloons. Though I think my ninjas are doing a pretty good job at stripping the camo off. Round 124 looks like it might actually pose a bit of a problem because those balloons are moving way further in than they ever have before. Oh no, we're still good. I think everything just exploded, but the game did not like that very much. We got two of the big purple idiots and some of the small quick ones cruising around. I still think we're going to be fine, mostly because of the spikes. It's basically just a race at this point to see who's going to die first, me or my computer. My computer from stress and me from old age, because this is taking a long time. The moabs are making it progressively further as the rounds go on though. They're still only about halfway down. We still have the big purple one, but we're still just fine. And I collected all of my banks at once, and now I have $64,000, so I'm just going to add a few more things like this randomly along the way because I don't know what to do now. Actually, round 128 is pushing my limits. Unfortunately, there's not too much I can do about it at this point, but hope for the best. Round 129 is getting pretty intense. It's definitely throwing a lot more moabs at me than I'm used to. Hopefully all the super monkeys over here and the spikes will take care of those. Yeah, I think we're still just fine. Round 131 is starting to get pretty intense. Mostly because I have these little moabs up front eating up most of my spikes or what's coming behind. I still think we're okay, but moabs are making it a little bit further down the line every round. And despite all this going on, the game, the computer, nothing is really slowing down. It's all handling it just fine. Round 133 might be the end of me. Then again, maybe not. I keep thinking everything's going to move in and clear out all my spikes, then the ones behind are going to march on through. But it never happens. It's disappointing. Round 135 might be the end of me. Those are getting a little close to the end. Oh, we actually wiped them out, but they were an inch away from the bottom of the screen. So if it's not this round, it's probably going to be 136 because I'm kind of out of real estate. I could sell a few monkeys, but I'm too lazy. I want to see how far this defense lets me go. Okay, so it turns out the little blue moabs actually busted through at the end. Thought I was going to make it one more. 135. 33 million balloons popped.